Hey, I'm Brianna. I'm the head honcho here at Bamby Media. This video you're about to watch is actually part of a larger Descript course that I've put together just for you. If you're a podcaster or a video creator, someone that wants to put a bunch of stuff on YouTube, you are creating courses, you are doing an audiobook, there's so many ways that you could potentially use all the information that I've put together in this course. So this video is a little snapshot as to what you would find inside. If it feels interesting to you, then you should click on the link and there'll be more information in the description below. It'll take you there. But if all you need right now is actually just this video, then that's also fine. No hard feelings from my end. I hope you enjoy the content and that it's really helpful for you. In this video, we're going to go through just simply how to record into Descript, or how to get a recording into Descript. Very, very simple. There's a couple of ways you can do it. So if you were recording maybe an audiobook or a podcast episode or something like that, you can actually just go straight into Descript and you can hit record and actually start recording something just like that. You can have camera, you can have a screen, like share your screen, or you can do an audio only. For this situation right now, we're going to do an audio only. I'm going to show you kind of two ways to do it. One is recording straight into Descript, and then the other is actually recording using another platform and then bringing it into Descript. There's a reason why you may want to not record within Descript, and we will go through that. You'll be able to hear the difference, hopefully, between these two. So if we just go to audio only, I'm not going to do it that way. Firstly, I'm just actually going to create a new project so that I can name it whatever I want first. So I'm going to go audio project only, and then I'm going to name it, episode 1, sandwich or Vegemite. I'm working on my fake podcast about loving sandwiches here, and I'm going to hit record. So I'm going to go record, and I'm going to go audio only at this point. You can see it's starting to come up with this waveform here in front. We're going to go no camera. The Claret 8 Pre is the actual recording preamp that I'm using. So my microphone is plugged into a preamp, and then that's how I'm actually having that plugged into my computer and recording that way. There's no screen share. It's just audio only, really simple. So I'm going to hit record here. And at the same time, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into GarageBand. Now, GarageBand is a platform, a software that you can use if you have a Mac. It's completely free to use. There's obviously Logic, Pro Tools, Hindenburg. There's all these different platforms that you can use and software to record. But in this situation, I'm just going to try and go with the free stuff, so that if you are trying to keep your costs down, you're not buying expensive software. Descript, I know you've already paid for, so you may want to just record with Descript, but let's just have a listen to a few things that might make you change your mind about doing that. So at the same time, I'm just going to hit record here in GarageBand. And again, I'm just going to clap. And that will mark that the recording is going here now. Okay, so now I'm going to record a bit of a podcast. Okay, so now stopping in GarageBand, stopping in Descript. So if you look at this now, Descript, if you recorded straight into Descript, it's going to initialize it and it's going to transcribe it. And that's awesome. That's something that GarageBand certainly doesn't have the capabilities to do. You could also have recorded that not in GarageBand. You could record it in Audacity as well, which is a free software. And I have a video that goes through how to record using Audacity too. But I just wanted to give you kind of two examples today. So it's now transcribing that. And in the meantime, I'm going to go into my GarageBand file, and you can see that this is now here as well. So that's the full thing, and it should have a little point at the front here, which is the clap point. So you can see, cool, that's where it actually starts. So I'm going to go share and then export song to disk in GarageBand, and I'm going to save it somewhere. So that was exported as a WAV file, which is a very high quality audio format there. The Descript one is still processing. If I go to the project point here, I can see that it's there, and I can see that it is also in here. I'm going to put my headphones on. Okay, you can see that it is there. There's the audio, all right, from the Descript file, and it failed to transcribe, but you can actually just go over here with the 3 dots and then just go transcribe file, and it will try again. So that is fine. I can just put that in. Okay, now I'm going to go, here's the clap point. That's why I wanted to do a clap. See, so that we can, okay, and there's the clap. So then I know that the recording has started. All right. Now, the issue that I have with Descript currently is that if you look up here, it only records into one channel. And that will mark, see this here, this is going up and down, but it's one channel, it's not recording into two channels. And that will mark that the recording is going. So it's a mono signal, it's not a stereo signal, so it's coming in only on one, like, actual headphone here. For me, that's not a big deal because I'm completely deaf in one ear, and so I can't actually hear the other one that's not there anyway. But for everyone else, you would be able to hear that it's actually just coming in on one side, and that will mark that and so that already is not ideal. I actually also think that the quality of it doesn't sound as good as the GarageBand one, but let's just put it into this session as well, and then you can decide for yourself. So we've got this one here, okay, and then I'm going to, into the same session, I'm going to actually add in the GarageBand file as well. I'll put that in at the end. Okay, and then we've got this. And again, I'm just going to clap. So you can see it's coming in on, will mark the two channels here. So left and right. So it's a stereo. It's also, it's quieter, which is fine. And then I'm just going to listen to some differences here. And that will mark that the recording is going. And that will mark that the recording is going here now. Okay, so now I'm going to record a bit of a podcast. So if I get one of the differences there is that the audio level is softer. Descript, when it imported into the GarageBand file, it actually turned the volume down on that one to like normalize it, but it's turned it down too much with the power of. So if we look at this one, and then I'm just going to increase it to like 70 to get it to the same sort of level as this one, with the power of 1,000 suns. When you hear that with the power, see how it's actually peaked? With the power, and it's red there. Did you see that? The power, okay. Whereas if we record it into GarageBand, let's see what it does here. With the power of 1,000, with the power of 1,000, the power of a, okay, so it's yellow, but not peaking, with the power of 1,000 suns. Okay, so that's one thing. Now, the other things that I want to make you aware of is just listen. And if you can hear that the frequency, there's like frequency issues in the Descript one. On the higher end, in the higher frequencies, it's grating on me a little bit. It's a little bit like digitized, whereas the GarageBand isn't. So I'm just going to play the exact same thing on both ones. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about why Vegemite is a really good sandwich. Okay, so we're going to just separate this so you can see it. If you are... All right, so that's Descript there. And now we're going to get the same thing. On today's episode, I'm going to put it next to this one for you. Okay, so this is Descript. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about why Vegemite is a really good sandwich. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about why Vegemite is a really good sandwich. If you are not... On today's episode, I'm going to talk about why Vegemite is a really good sandwich. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about why Vegemite is a really good sandwich. Can you hear the difference? So if you can't hear the difference, that's fine. Just record with Descript. Knowing that it is a single channel, it is a mono channel, which I find annoying. But if you can hear the difference, which I can, there is frequencies in the Descript one that I don't appreciate. So like this, let's just do this, and I'll get the EQ up. Episode, I'm going to talk about why Vegemite is a really good sandwich. There. Okay, so at the 2654 hertz, most people probably won't care about this, but you know, I do. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about why Vegemite is a really good sandwich. Okay, so this is without the EQ on. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about why Vegemite is a really good sandwich. Okay, and now we're going to put on the EQ. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about why Vegemite is a really good sandwich. And there's actually more here too. There's another one up here. Talk about why Vegemite is a really good sandwich. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about why Vegemite is a really good sandwich. If you are not an Aussie, then you'll probably be like, what the hell, why, what? On today's episode, I'm going to talk about why Vegemite is a really good sandwich. So that's kind of fixed the Descript issue with this microphone using Descript. And then with this one, if I turn off the EQ. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about why Vegemite is a really good sandwich. That sounds cleaner to me. So it doesn't have those digital artifacts in it, whereas the Descript one does. It absolutely has extra digital artifacts in it that the GarageBand file doesn't have. And also it's recording in stereo, so there's coming through to both ears, and it's not peaking. Whereas the Descript file is only recording in mono, it has digital artifacts in it, and its recording is peaking. So to me, that's a deal breaker as far as how I would actually record into, like what I would record into to actually then start my editing. But you can get around it a little bit by turning the volume down when you are recording in Descript to make sure that it doesn't peak, okay? You can't seem to get around only recording as a mono file. I haven't seen a workaround for recording in stereo in Descript. If you know of some way to do it, please let me know, reach out, put it in the comments. And then you could still kind of work within Descript and just record into it. My recommendation would be to record outside of Descript in the audio channel and then bring it into Descript there. That would give you the highest quality, low noise, actual version of your audio, but it will be up to you as to, you know, case by case what you can be bothered to really do. So that is my wrap up there of the differences between recording into Descript and recording into GarageBand and then bringing it into Descript. That will actually help you make a decision as to whether you want to record your audio straight into Descript or bring it inside of Descript to edit your recordings.